So we're going to jump straight in and start to look at this next stage. So number 4, so we're looking to track the new followers and mentions of the terrific Twitter account in Google Sheets. So we've already done the first stages. So we outlined the search terms, we created a list of influencers, and we added the new followers of the top influencers to a Twitter list in Google Sheet. So let's jump into this 4th task here and work out how we can track the followers and mentions of the terrific account in Zapier. So jump into Zapier. I created this folder already, and so I'm going to create a new Zap here, put it in this Twitter folder. And so what we're looking to do is first we're going to track the new followers and add them to the Google Sheet. So let's go to Twitter, and then we choose the trigger event. So we're going to choose new follower. Click continue. And as you can see here, we're using the latest Zap now, the latest editor with the updated interface. So let's select our Twitter account, which we already connected up before. And we're also going to type in the name of the same account, which is the company account that we're going to track. Okay, and now we test. So let's go back and have a look at the data there. And then I think it's pulled in the details we're looking for. So then we go done editing. Now we're going to add it to the Google Sheet. Before we do that, we need to create the actual sheet in Google Sheets. So we've got this file that we're using now. So we're going to call this one, say, terrific followers and mentions. And then what information do we want to track? So we're going to steal it from the influencer follower list, and we're going to use the same headlines, the same columns. So we're going to get the follower ID, the follower Twitter handle, their name, description, URL, follower count, follower location. So let's go back into Zapier. We can have a look at some of the information that we're pulling here. So if we jump into Twitter, we can see this is the account we're looking to track, which is the terrific Twitter account. And so we have just one follower at the moment, which is also me. It's a brand new account. So this is the information that's appearing in Zapier here. You can see the screen name, etc. So this is just the testing or sample information that we're using to set up this Zap. And then afterwards, new followers will automatically be added in to this as well. So let's go down to Google Sheets. We're going to we'll do an update. We'll do create spreadsheet row. Like so. And while we're here, let's name this SAP. So this is going to be number 201. And it's going to be new terrific account. Let's go to new terrific Twitter followers. Okay. So we don't need to select Drive. It defaults to Google Drive, but to your personal Google Drive, but you can choose it for team drives or other things depending on your company setup. So we select the spreadsheet, our new worksheet, and then we add in each of the things. So the type is going to be followers. We're going to have 2 different types. It's either followers or mentions, and I want to have them separate here so that then I can filter if needed for certain cases, if I want to just see one or the other. But generally the information is pretty useful for both, so put it all in one sheet. You could also split this out into separate sheets if you preferred. So type is always going to be followers for this particular Zap because we're setting it up just for the new followers in there. And then we add in the ID. That should be the number. handle, which is the screen name, name, description, URL, follow account, and location. Where is it? Here. Okay, continue. Let's send a test to continue. There it is. Add it in. I'm just going to change it to follower rather than followers. Follower. There you go. Perfect. So delete this one there. That's all the information. So now we do the same again. We'll turn that on. And now we can do the same again for mentions. So let's go back to our folder. I'll just adjust that name to make it consistent. And then we're going to duplicate this, or copy this. And we'll call this one number 2. Mentions. We adjust this. Our event, we need that to be mention. And then the search term is going to be at the name of our account. Let's do a test. It seems to have worked. Let's have a look at that data that's come through. This is my post from my personal Twitter. So you can see that one come through there where I've mentioned terrific. And now we're going to update or create a spreadsheet row. So this is all here already because we just duplicated the last Zap. And then we select that same spreadsheet, same worksheet. And we just need to fix these details here. So the formatting that's coming in from Twitter when it pulls in search mention is slightly different. So we need to add all these fields again in a slightly different method. So I'll quickly delete them. So we need the ID of the account. Let's have a look for that. User ID. Okay. Follow a Twitter handle. Username. Follow a name. Full name. Follow a description. URL. User count. Followers count. And then location. So we'll continue. We can test. There we go. Oh, and we need to make one other change. We need to change this first field to mention. So we know that this here should say mention. And then I think we also want to add in a column which is the mention content when there is a mention. And we can change this from follower to just user. User ID, user Twitter, username, user description. Okay, so let's just quickly go back into our Zap. We're going to refresh fields. And we're going to add in the message content, which is the text. And let's send through another test. Great, there it is. Cool, so it's publishing it like that. I'm just going to align this like that. And also change this setting here. So now we'll have all the content come through, and the mention will be here as well, so that we can see that in this sheet without having to go to another link. And I think it would be good also to have the tweet. Let's say tweet content and tweet URL. Okay, so let's do one last little change there. Refresh fields. Let's pull the URL of the tweet. There it is. So I'll delete this one. Okay, so now we're all set. Turn it on. And we now have our 2 new Zaps ready to go. So that's that second. Let's go back to our task list here. Track new followers and mentions of Terrific account in Google Sheet. Done. So we can tick that. Now we're going to go to our next video, which is where we talk about and how to set up a weekly email summary of new Terrific followers and mentions. So follow on, stay tuned, and then watch the next video. Okay, see you there. Cheers.